Good day, mates. What up, though? How's it going, y'all? I just wanted to tap in real quick with the read I'm doing for today, July 9th, 2019. As we all know, there's 5 different planets retrograde right now, on top of we midway through the eclipse season. Next week will be the full moon lunar eclipse. It's a partial, I believe, lunar eclipse in Capricorn. All right. And also in Capricorn, as you know, is Saturn and Pluto, the South Node. And we're going to be greatly affected, just like how we was at the new moon. At the new moon eclipse in Cancer. So right now, with the square just passing with Cancer and Libra, we have to cut into, how we balance our private lives with the public lives that we all personally hold. There may have been a little bit too much talking about feelings that nobody else really knew about, that could have rubbed anybody in any which way. So if you made it through that, great. The moon is going into Scorpio, where it's a trine, so there'll be gifts that come from the truth that you were shed, or some type of truth that was shed during this phase of Cancer season with this type of moon going through. So now that the square energy is starting to dissipate, we can start to be a little bit more relaxed, have a little bit more of an enjoyment with ourselves. Libra is about governing, but it's not governing as like Capricorn, it governs. It's like trying to be fair. The justice system was supposedly built on the scales, which is Libra. So we want to have fair discussions and fair dealings with people when it comes to how they, or how we even expose our private emotional feelings that we carry with us every day, that sometimes we acknowledge and sometimes we just feel from other people. So the 3 cards that I was able to get out of the deck today is the Mars and Gemini card, which is the 9 of Swords, the Princess of Swords, and the 10 of Cups. So here's the 9 of Swords. It says cruelty at the bottom. All right. So 9 is about endings and receiving wisdom. It's the last number. It's an accumulative energy. But it's also the highest. It's the first one. If you know numerology, you know what I mean. So being that it is a 9, as things are coming to an end, things that have started are now stopping, so you can get back to the 0, the beginning. And Swords is air. It's about thinking. This is a Mars and Gemini card. Mars and Gemini is a energy of anything can really go any type of way. You don't have to only be on this road or this road. You can do both, or you can do multiple roads. So we want to use this card to assess the many different ways that we think and feel about where we want to go in life, or where we're already headed in life. And are we over analyzing it, or does there have to be an analyzation in place, being that Mercury is retrograde? Mercury rules Gemini, our thinking, thought process, and how we learn. So have we learned where we want to go in our life, or are we still taking in more information, or are we overwhelmed with the information that we've gathered so far when it comes to us understanding what road we are supposed to be on? So if you overanalyze it, you should have gotten all the information you needed to let the overthinking go and start putting more action. So the next card is the Princess of Swords. Okay. All right, and this one is about basically receiving a message. The Princess of Swords. You're able to defend the message that you gather, something that's exclusively meant for you, because it is a feminine read, which is princess, of course, is more relative to the right brain or the feminine energy. So it's something that maybe no one can really see, but only you can actually feel. You know, what is meant for you is coming to you. So first we go through the Nine of Swords, where we're thinking and thinking, like, is how I think and how I feel, is this in balance with what I'm actually doing, the places that I want to go? Does this really line up? Because when I receive this message, it's only going to be exclusively meant for me, nobody else. You know, sometimes we can find out information, or we find out things that are exclusive to us in our relationship that we have with our higher power, and maybe trying to share that with somebody and get them to understand that, and they don't get it, or it can be overly criticized, and it could be taken, you know, anyway. Really, we don't have control over how other people see what's meant for us. We can only control how we take in the information and what we decide to do with it, because the only person you can really control is yourself. So now that we have balance about where we're going, and we can start over in our thinking, the next step after the 9 is the 10. So while we're in the midst of this completion, we get a notification about our spiritual being, where it's going, where it's leading us to. And what it's leading us to? A 10 of Cups. So although it's not the 10 of Swords, it's still a 10 in itself. 10 is the 1 and the 0, where we have a new beginning, but it's being backed by the original force of nature, God's active force that's pushing us. So to have a 10 of Cups energy is about having satisfaction, feeling lucky, having happiness and joy, a fulfillment basically has taken place. So when I put all of these together, it's like, basically, if you're looking for an answer, or if you're looking into what your life is doing so far, has it been what you thought it was, or have you received a message that may conflict with what you've known before, or maybe what you're going through now is a conflict to where you want to go, and therefore you are given a message to say, hey, this is confirmation that something inside of you that has been sitting and waiting to come out. This is a sign from the universe to tell you, hey, it's time to roll with it. It's time, you know, to get with it, get with the program. And not the old program, is your personal new program. And then with this 10 of Cups coming in at the end, it's like you'll be satisfied, you'll be happy, you'll feel lucky. I feel like a billion dollar vibe tribes. Shout out to everybody who understand what that is. Get with it. But do you feel like a billion dollar vibe tribe? Do you feel like a millionaire, a billionaire, a trillionaire, whatever you would like to say, that gets you on that high vibration, that you are the shit, you on your shit, you know exactly where you're going, you feel pride within yourself for taking the time out to actually discover who and what you are, and there's no stopping it? Do you feel that emotional completion in your body, in your source that you run on? Do you feel that 100% through and through? If you feel that 10 of Cups energy through and through you, you only are going to attract things that match it. So please go out into the world today, or any other day, honestly, with that 10 of Cups energy inside. You don't have to overthink things that you want. You don't have to overanalyze things that you love. Be the 10 of Cups. Let that energy flow to you. Yes, we weigh out decisions every day, all day, but it should never, your thoughts should never be affected by your environment. You should always be in control of your thoughts. Therefore, you control how you feel. So if you're thinking up, you're feeling up, that's where you're going. Real spill. All right, everybody. So that was my quick message I wanted to spread for today. I do want to get one more card since I didn't view the bottom of the deck. Oh, and I have the the 8 of discs just popped out on me. Here's the 8 of discs. Prudence at the bottom. Okay, so this is the Sun in Virgo card. Sun goes into Virgo August 20th, 21st, maybe 22nd, those days. But this is about basically a time that we need to start reaping the harvest. Reap what you sow. All the seeds that you've been planting, especially since the new moon, but all the seeds that you plant inside of your mind do come to a full fruition, and those are the fruit that you get to pick. So all the hard work you're doing right now, come September, October, you'll start to see what have you truly been working towards, what have you truly been invested in. And it's a good time to analyze what you've done so far and make any changes if necessary, when necessary, so that you are able to reap in more benefits, because you honestly completely invested yourself into whatever it is that you wanted, whatever it is that makes you happy. So continue to make good investments, make good decisions, and that is only based on your personal perspective of what you believe to be good for you and to you, and not according to any societal means. And that can be different for everybody, but all in all, just do your best to be happy and keep yourself in a happy place. Life and things are in our lives that are outside of us have a way of making us second guess our decisions and what brings us joy and what makes us feel lucky. And sometimes those things do change, but the one thing that should never change is that you should always be in a place of fulfillment. Embody happiness, embody fulfillment in your life. You will see will be just that. All right. Okay, so keep growing, keep learning, and remember, love you.